If you're an Amazon seller and you're looking to scale your business, the number one thing that you're going to need to realize is that you need more capital in order to scale. It's a simple model. Put more money into inventory. As long as it sells, you will make more money. One of the biggest problems with running an e-commerce company, especially when you're trying to scale, is having access to funds to actually buy more product. And now, although this is not the way and not the only option, business credit and business credit cards specifically are what allowed me to scale my e-commerce company by tenfold. One of the best parts about business credit compared to personal is that business credit cards don't report the same way to your personal credit. So what that means is you could actually max out your credit lines without hurting your personal credit.
Wait, what?
As long as you keep your accounts in good standing. Let's break this down a little further. Your personal credit is based off of a variety of factors, and one of them being utilization. And a general rule for personal credit is you don't want to use more than 30% of your total credit allowance. Meaning if you have $10,000 worth of credit personally, you only want to spend $3,000 to keep it under 3% or 30%. So with business credit though, it doesn't report the same way to your personal credit. So you can have a $100,000 business line and spend $100,000 and your credit score isn't impacted as long as you stay in good standing. I didn't realize this when I was first getting into Amazon back in 2019 or 2018, but got into this part in 2019. But I ended up having pretty good personal credit at a young age because I just opened a credit card when I first turned 18 and then started building it that way because I was good with my money. Then what that allowed me to do afterwards was I was able to actually, when I first opened my company, apply right away for a business credit card, and I went from having $3,000 in credit to $10,000 in credit just by accident. There was a promo offer when I opened up my LLC with Bank of America partnering with Inkfile, and they called me and I was like, yeah, I want a credit card for my business. Let me separate everything. And then I got a 3 point something X credit card, and that's where this kind of get going. Then afterwards, I kind of dove into credit because I thought it was pretty cool how there was like, at the time, there was a lot of gurus holding stacks of credit cards. And I thought it was kind of cool how these guys were getting 0% funding for months on end and business credit and millions of dollars worth of credit. And I was like, I want a part of this.
Yes, please.
Because I want to buy more products so I could scale my Amazon business. Well, some of the things that actually happened are there's different rules depending on the bank, and some banks are harder than others to actually obtain business credit, but I tackled them one by one. I started with Bank of America because that's where I banked at the time. Then I went to Amex and I got Amex lines, and then I realized that you can apply for 2 Amex cards every 90 days. So I started doing that. And then I got 2 more cards and then another 2 more cards 3 months later. And then over the course of these past couple of years, I've been able to obtain over $200,000 worth of buying power on business credit just based off having good payment history, keeping my accounts in good standing, and using that money to buy more product to then scale my company. And what this means for you is that if you need access to more capital, rather than going to the bank and getting a traditional loan, you can start scaling with business credit because you can get lines for 0% interest for 12 or 18 months in some cases that you could use to buy product. And although you do want to pay them back, it does give you a little bit of extra flexibility if you can't pay them fully back right away. Like I said before, as long as you keep your account in good standing, it won't report negatively on your personal credit, meaning paying your minimum payment or more, not missing payments, not having late payments. That stuff doesn't report personally if you're using more than 30% on your line. So you want to take advantage of business credit, both for the fact of the way it reports to your personal credit, as well as the fact that you can get larger spending lines for your business, under your business, that you could buy more inventory. And if you're smart, which I learned to do, you can stack your payments at different points throughout the month, meaning that you'll have a credit card due on the 1st, and then another credit card due on the 4th, and then another one due on the 9th, and then another one due on the 16th. So that way you can alternate the cards that you're using and spread out your cash flow. Not to mention there's certain business credit cards that you could actually get 60 or 90-day payment terms if you use them the right way, like the Amex Plum card. And there's competitors that you could use that with too. And the nice part about this is that you're gonna continuously be building your credit. It doesn't really cost you anything, and you'll continuously get access to more and more and more capital that you can continuously buy more product on. Plus, you can flex out your spending habits and flex out your payment structures. That way you can buy inventory on all these different cards as long as you can manage it. I recommend setting them to auto pay, and I recommend definitely paying all your balances down 100% as much as you can, because that will allow you to stay in good standing and continue to get more cards. If you max out lines and don't pay them back, you're not going to get more credit at a certain point, and they're going to give up on you. So at this point now, we're leveraging both Bank of America, Chase, American Express, Capital One, and I think that's all the business credit cards that we're using. But we have multiple cards with each of these banks, and we have them spaced out on different timelines. Now, I don't really use all of them at this point, but I do use some of them, and I want to kind of target different cards and continue to grow. But I've kind of put this process in growing the credit on halt because we do have charge cards that will allow us to spend more if we need it, but we don't necessarily need it at the current moment. However, in 2024, I plan on getting back into it just because access to capital is very important. And if things do take a downturn, we want to be able to spend money if we need to make more money. The more money you spend, the more money you make, especially with the Amazon business. If you're continuously doing 10 or 12% margins, which is pretty average and modest for the Amazon business, the more you spend, the more you're gonna make. So if you wanna make more money, spend more money. Input equals output, and that's kind of how the business works. So having access to more capital will allow you to scale, and the way I did it was just by learning. And if you want to go on a website, Doctor of Credit is an awesome resource in order to actually learn which credit cards are running the best promo offers right now, and that you can actually learn which credit cards and the 524 rule and the Amex rule, the 90-day rule that I was talking about. There's a bunch of different rules. You can find them all online, and it would take me hours to explain all this, but I went through a credit course back in 2019, I think, or something like that. I think the guy's name was Stephen Lau. I can't remember what his name was, but it basically taught me all this stuff about credit, and it's super valuable for you to know. And step one, if you want to do the same thing for your business, is get your personal credit straight and in order so that way you can actually scale using business credit. But you need to have good personal credit because all of these credit cards are based off your personal credit, and they are personally guaranteed, meaning if you close up your business, you're still on the hook to owe American Express or Chase or any of these banks the money, but it will help you in the long term with scaling your business. And that's why you need business credit in order to grow your Amazon business. And this is the key to scaling without having to take out massive amounts of debt, which is what a lot of Amazon FBA sellers do. And it's something that I don't want to do. Increasing your cash flow so that way you can buy more products and sell more inventory to make more money is how you can grow your Amazon business. And I recommend using business credit to scale because it's the easiest way to get access to capital fast, and you can be smart about it to get free flights, free stuff, free electronics. Like I've gotten computers for free. I've flown for free for years because of the points. Because if you're going to be spending the money anyway, you might as well leverage all of these benefits and put it on a credit card for your inventory so you can get the points, you can get the time to pay it off, and you can get the access to the capital that you need rather than just paying for it in debit. And Dave Ramsey might hate this one, but it's super helpful as long as you're responsible with the way that you spend your money for your Amazon business. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video about how I obtained over $200,000 in business credit to scale my Amazon FBA business. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching.